Hey, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Brevard Sports Network. Late start here tonight at the Dog House here on the campus of Melbourne High School. We're coming up. If ever there was a must win for the Melbourne Bulldogs, this is it tonight. We'll tell you why here in just a second. But tonight's game is brought to you by Walden Homes. Walden Custom Builders is a family owned and operated business that specializes in building custom homes and remodeling in the Central Florida Brevard County area. Walden Custom Builders was established in 2001 on a foundation of over 20 years of construction experience. It is that experience, along with passion and local roots, that make Walden Custom Builders the best choice to build your dream home. Walden Custom Builders' mission is to meet and exceed your expectations by building a house you will be proud to call your home. Call today at 321-728-8150 or visit online at www.waldencustombuilders.com. Well, the Melbourne Bulldogs come in tonight, and I tell you what, they are in the midst of a four-game losing streak, and they got to snap it tonight. We are at that critical time of the year. Record doesn't matter. What does matter is where Melbourne is in the FHSAA rankings. And right now, Melbourne, ranked 124 in the state, 23rd in 6A, is number 7 in Region 2. Now, these rankings came out on Tuesday, and since then, the Bulldogs have dropped 2 more games. So it is utterly critical. And the team right behind them, Heritage, let's take a look and see what Heritage has done. Heritage is 18-4. So Heritage undoubtedly slated to move up and ahead of Melbourne in the rankings. Heritage has won 8 in a row. They got a win last night or Wednesday night over Timber Creek, 58-54. And they'll actually check that. They got a win last night over Bayside, 64-53. They got a big one coming up against Rockledge and Fort Pierce Central in the week. But Melbourne, hey, they have got to win this basketball game tonight against the Knights. Or I'm sorry, the Titans, I should say. Of Treasure Coast. I couldn't remember where they're from. I had to get my sheet. Treasure Coast Titans. They come in at 16-4. Now, Treasure Coast in a similar situation to that of Melbourne. They are 99th in the state. They're 24th in 7A, and they are also number 7 in their region. They've got 3 guys that average in double digits on their team. Tyson Wilson, Remy DeGiusti, and Jacoby Parson, 14, 14, and 11 respectively. For the Melbourne Bulldogs, the offense has all year run through one Nate King. He leads the Bulldogs with 18 points a game. The freshman phenom Aaron McGee right there at 10, Quentin Koger right around the 7 to 8 point margin. So there it is. It is a must win for Melbourne tonight. I like their chances. Coach Apsey has played that tough schedule this year. And look, that Cocoa basketball team that they just dropped to, that's a very good basketball team. It's a team, it's a team that didn't get the majority of their roster back until football season ended. And then it took them 2 weeks to gel. But look, now that they've gelled, you should see a Melbourne team tonight that has the positive effect from having faced Cocoa twice in the last 4 days here. All right, we'll be back in about 7 minutes here on Brevard Sports Network with tip-off. See you then. All right, pleasant good evening to you and yours, and welcome back here at the Doghouse here tonight, where the Melbourne Bulldogs take it on the Treasure Coast Titans. Melbourne has had a tough stretch here, losers of 4 in a row, and looking to snap that losing streak tonight. And really, this really isn't a casual need to snap this losing streak. This is a must for Melbourne tonight as we end the season next week, and they are really going to need some help. If they win the district tournament, they're in. But as far as an at-large bid goes, that's at risk at the moment, and they really, really need to get a win here tonight over the 16-4 Treasure Coast Titans. Your starters are Quentin Koger, number 5, the freshman Aaron McGee, number 4, Nate King, number 22, Gavin Miner, and number 11, Jalen Clark with the start tonight for the Bulldogs. Trying to get the rest of the numbers for the Treasure Coast Titans. Jason Wiggins, the head coach. He's in his third year, 34 and 27. They got 3 players averaging double-digit points. That's Tyson Wilson, Remy DeGiuste, and Jacoby Parson. We get set to go. 8 minutes on the clock. Tonight's game is brought to you by Walden Custom Builders. And your other starters for Treasure Coast, number 0, the aforementioned Remy DeGiuste. I would imagine Tyson Wilson as well. I don't see him, but Beck Florissant is out there. And number 3 is Tyson Wilson. There we go. Now we got them all. So it'll be King, McGee, Clark, Koger, and Miner for the Bulldogs. It's going to be Florissant, Wilson, Plaggett, DeGiuste. I'm still missing somebody. Oh, Jacoby Parson. There we go. So one more time. It'll be Parson, Florissant, Wilson, Plaggett, DeGiuste, and Parson, Florissant, Wilson, Plaggett, DeGiuste. There you go. That's 5. Our outstanding referees who never waved to the camera. As we get set to tip it off, it's going to be Gavin Miner, the 6'2 senior. The Bulldogs are led by second-year head coach Rob Apsey. He's 32 and 15. They are 12 and 8 this year. The Bulldogs, tip 1 by the Titans, is controlled, and across the midcourt stripe comes Tyson Wilson. Wilson hands off the top of the key, spins, move down the lane. The one-handed floater doesn't fly. Nate King with the board. And the Bulldogs in transition. The freshman McGee, he gets it over to Koger. Koger hands off to King. King back to McGee. McGee near side to Clark. Nice feed underneath. Double teamed quickly. Back down the lane. Stolen away. Here comes the Titans off the glass. Yes, indeed. That's 2 for Tyson Wilson. 7:20 to play, opening quarter. 2-0, Treasure Coast on top. Koger, this is a tight man-to-man. They are double teaming the basketball. And back down the floor comes Wilson. He bunny hops in the lane off the glass feed to Remy DeGiuste, and it's 4-0 as Treasure Coast is off and running. Anything down around the top of the key, and they're all over it. Double teaming. Baseline, kick out. Miner inside. He didn't know what to do. It cost him the shot. Down the floor. Nice back defense by the freshman phenom, Aaron McGee. 6:41 to play. 4-0 Treasure Coast on top. Nice head fake, baseline kick out. 3, yes indeed, for Tyson Wilson, and quickly. Not the start the Bulldogs needed. 7-0 Titans on top. Koger, Minor, they need a bucket on this possession. I know it's early, but they got to have one for confidence alone. McGee doesn't get it. Nice job by King to strip it, but the ball ends up with the Titans. Down the lane, he kicks out to the wrong person. It's a track meet. Down the floor, Koger, not sure what he was doing there, but I think he committed too late to whatever it is he decided to do, and out of bounds with the basketball. 5:47 to play here in the opening quarter. Melbourne trails it 7-0. McGee with the lob into King. A 3 from him right now would be money spot. We'll take one from McGee. And there it is. Aaron McGee with a 3. And it's 7-3. The lead is 4 with 5:30 to go in the opening quarter. Across the midcourt stripe comes Wilson. Kicks it far side. That 3 from Babcock Street is short. And here comes Nate King. Leads the charge. Good feed pass. And that is a block of epic proportions there, as he knocks that one through the court onto the soccer field. And with 5:20 to play, the Bulldogs will inbound. This is King. The errant pass finds the hands of Koger. Koger, he's being guarded by Ben Florissant. This is McGee for 3. That doesn't go. Rebound Wilson. And the rush down the court in transition. Wide open 3. Too hard. Rebound to Aaron McGee. We good?
Yeah, we're good.
All right. Okay.
I'm trying to get a soccer update too.
Nice move by Clark. Left hand, right hand underneath. Nice job by Gavin Miner on the finish. And the Bulldogs have cut it to 2. They're on a 5-0 run. It's 7-5, Treasure Coast. Down the lane, the reverse layup goes, and it's 9-5. And Tyler Wilson's got some sort of a look for Rob Apsey. 9-5, 4:23 to play in the opening quarter. This is Nate King with it. King, Koger, baseline, all day open. He missed it. Got to convert those. Nobody guarding at the top of the key here. Treasure Coast sets it up. Head fake on the 3, inside kick out. Just inside the 3-point line. And the 5-0 run is turned into a 4-0 run for Treasure Coast, and it's 11-5. 3:48 to play in the opening quarter. McGee with a head fake 3. Takes that one. Short. Rebound. Treasure Coast. Nice job by McGee. Where are you going? Give me that. Nice job by McGee. And this is King for 3. No good. Rebound by Treasure Coast eventually. Back down the floor. Come the Titans. That pull-up jumper is short. Minor with the rebound. McGee with his second 3 of the quarter, and it's 11-8. 3 minutes. 3 minutes here in the opening quarter. Melbourne looking to snap this 4-game losing streak. My goodness, do they need one. They need a win bad. That 3, in and out, no good. King hustles in to pick it off as it bounces out to the 3-point line. Over to Koger. He's got Minor on the left wing. Hands off to McGee, who fires another 3. The hot-handed freshman with 9 in the quarter, and we're tied at 11. Aaron McGee with another 3. That's a rainbow three that doesn't find the pot of gold at the end. And that one, 3 straight misses. Melbourne's got to get the rebound. They eventually do on the 4th try. That pass finds Jalen Clark somehow and wasn't able to convert. Ben Florissant settles it down, swings it over to Wilson. Wilson being guarded very closely by Jalen Clark. Good defense by the multi-sport standout. Nice spin move in the corner. Kick out 3. No good. They're 0 for their last 4 from beyond the arc. Melbourne with an opportunity to take their first lead of the night. We're tied at 11 with 90 seconds to play in the first quarter. King to Coger. It's King, Coger, McGee, Miner, and Clark right now for Melbourne. Down the lane, Miner will go to the free throw line where he will shoot 2 with 1:18 to play here in the opening quarter. Melbourne comes in, pretty good shooting team. 40 from the floor, 32 from 3, and they're 65% from the charity stripe. 1:18 to be exact, as we got all kinds of substitutions. We got 6 players, 3 from each side, getting ready to enter this game. The first 2 coming in are going to be number 11, Quan Hamilton. Number 24 will be coming in as well. That's Chanston Weatherspoon. And number 12 is Tyler Shelton. As Miner hits the first, everybody's in now. And for the Bulldogs, it'll be Kyler Yacinte, Deuce Ingram, and waiting to get in is Nate Jennings. Is that Nate? Yep. And here comes Nate. 1:18 to go. Miner hits them both. And it's 13-11 Melbourne. They've got their first lead of the night. Looks like this could be a good one. Swing out. That's a backcourt violation. And there's the whistle. Little slow, caused me to put my arms up, but there it is. McGee. That's a bunny hop in the lane. That's a travel for you youngins in case you're not familiar with Chick Hearn-isms. I should have said it's a bunny hop in the pea patch is what I should have said. And that's traveling. I'm going to throw a few Chick Hearn-isms out there tonight. Mix it up a little. Man, that thing rolled around the rim like you put one of those coins in that roll thing. And it's 13-13, under 10 seconds to play. Pull-up jumper, no good, and he didn't get that off in time, and it wouldn't matter because he's well short. So Melbourne trails early, bad, and they trailed 7-0. But since trailing 7-0, have outscored the Treasure Coast Titans 13-6. Back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. I'm going to come back rather quickly here because I want to say hello to Caleb. Villa's watching, and get well, buddy. Tonight, Quentin Coger wearing Caleb's number. In case you're wondering, you look out on the floor and you see that's not Caleb. You're right. He's out for the season with a broken foot. So get well, and Quentin Coger is wearing his number tonight. So get well, my friend. Get well. As Coach Jason Wiggins is letting them know. He pointed to us for some reason.
He said, your effort right now, it's on Facebook Live.
I like it. I like it.
And then call it over and say, it's going to be on YouTube too, so the world will
I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. 13-13. Treasure Coast and Melbourne. Coach Wiggins done a really good job. 34-27 in 3 years with the program. 16-4 this year. It's King, McGee, Jennings, and Yacente to start the second quarter for Melbourne. 3, just missed. Good rebound. Offensive board there. That's a corner 3. Thought about it, then thought the better of it. Inside, nice power move. No foul called. And Nate, that's a long pass. He gets it to go. Nice block underneath by Tyson Wilson, the junior. Back down the floor comes Treasure Coast. Bounce pass over to Quan Hamilton. Hamilton has it knocked out of bounds. Nate Jennings says, I never touched it. Rob Absey says, no, my player never touched it. And the referee says, yes, he did. The ball belongs to Treasure Coast. Quan set the inbound. He does to the good shooting Tyson Wilson. Wilson being guarded by Yacente. Pull up. Not a great shot. They get a lucky offensive board there as it bounces wide. I think you got to try to be a little more patient. Pass the basketball a little bit more down the lane. And McGee loses it. And it's knocked out by Quan Hamilton. Gavin Minor's not in. I see Danny Miller made that comment. It's an interesting move. Minor had 4 in that first quarter and was really, but might be trying to keep him fresh. It's a long season. Melbourne. Ooh. And we're having the same conversation down this end as Jason Wiggins says, my guy didn't touch it. And the referee says, yes, he did. These eyes don't lie. As Quentin Koger gets set to check in. And again, Quentin's wearing Caleb Avilas' number. McGee looking for his 4-3. And he drains that one from the parking lot across the street. And it's 16-13 Melbourne. 6 minutes to play in the first half. Down the lane, kick out 3, open, and a whistle and a foul. And we're going to get the rare 3-point try here from the charity stripe. This is a good shooting basketball team as well. Titans shoot 41 from the floor, 31 from 3, and they're 62-63% from the free throw line. At the line is Wood Pierre with 3 shots coming. First one is good. King will check out. Koger checks in. Aaron McGee, 4 threes in the first half. And that's 12 of the 16 for the Bulldogs. Second one is good. Pierre is a junior. Good looking form at the free throw line. He makes all 3. Good for that young man. And it's 16-16. I love to see foul shots go in at this level. If you've listened to our broadcast in the past, you know my pet peeve when it comes to foul shooting in boys basketball. And that will be called a travel. And set to inbound for Treasure Coast will be Wood Pierre. He hands it off to Tyson Wilson, who's played all 13 minutes and 39 seconds of this one so far. Across the midcourt stripe. Pick set down the lane, reversed. That's a Butte Clark. And it's 18-16 Treasure Coast. Good drive, good finish. Inside, the whistle and a foul as Quentin Coger, Derek. I love the comments, I do. Who did he say that was? Oh, Quentin. Oh, I thought he said. I thought he said Weathers. He did say Weatherspoon. I'm thinking, wait a minute, Weatherspoon. He doesn't play for Melbourne. It's Chanston Weatherspoon for Treasure Coast. 18-17. This goes 1 for 2 from the line. 5:06. It's McGee, Yacente, Ingram, Clark, and Coger. Across the line as there he is. Gavin Miner set the check back in now. Wow, I thought he dribbled out of bounds. He does. That's unfortunate. 20-17 at the moment as Miner and King check back in. What happened to King's wrist, you know? It's heavily taped. I don't like that from my shooters. Yeah, I don't like that from my shooters. 20-17. Nice move. Kick out. King quickly on that three. Pull up inside the three-point line. Money. And it's 23-17. And all of a sudden, Treasure Coast should be 22-17. All of a sudden, Treasure Coast on a 5-0 quick little run here. And here in these last 4.5 minutes, Melbourne turns it over again. That's back-to-back possessions with turnovers because the basketball was bounced on the out-of-bounds line, and Coach Rob Apsey takes a timeout as a result. While we have a timeout on the floor, let's tell you about Walden Custom Builders. Walden Homes, family-owned and operated business, specializes in building custom homes and remodeling in Central Florida and Brevard County. Established in 2001, they've been a foundation of over 20 years of construction experience. Their mission is to meet and exceed your expectations by building a house you will be proud to call your home. Call today at 321-728-8150 or visit online at www.waldencustombuilders.com. District tournaments are going to be awfully important next week for a lot of teams. They always are, but there seem to be an unusual amount of teams this year on the bubble, meaning that they're a 6, 7, or 8 seed like Melbourne, like Treasure Coast, where, I think, unfortunately, if Melbourne doesn't get a win here tonight, pull-up jumper's no good. Kick out wide open three, that's way short. That doesn't hit anything. Nice pass to Miner patiently. Miner missed, but he's there. Missed them both. And the Bulldogs right now having a tough time at the basket. Count it. Tyler Wilson to the line for the end one. And that's 4 straight possessions of no points for Melbourne, and Treasure Coast with an opportunity here to take an 8-point lead. But you feel like I feel like Melbourne really backs themselves into a corner here tonight without a win, because then I think it becomes they got to win the district tournament. Got to. Because the rankings come out Tuesday. Now they're going to Tampa tomorrow to play in a tournament. And I don't know what happens there, and it all matters. And the Titans are 4 for, actually check that, 5-4-6 from the line tonight, and it's an 8-point lead. Heritage will jump Melbourne in the rankings Tuesday. This is Koger underneath. Kick out, baseline, pull up. My goodness, right now Melbourne just can't find the bottom of the bucket. Or as my man Chick Hearn used to say, they're having a hard time putting a pea in the ocean. (25-17). Whistle, timeout. Good timeout by Jason Wiggins. And Melbourne got to get something fixed here. Coach last time out, Wiggins told him on the last time out. He pointed up to our cameras, and Caleb informed me what he said was, your performance right now is for the world to see. You guys are on Facebook Live playing like this. Since that time out, they've outscored Melbourne 8-0. They have no idea who on God's green earth Brevard Sports Network is. But let student athletes and college or high school find out they're playing online live. Oh, my goodness. I love it. I love it. I'd like to say hello to my good friend Kira Joyner. Say hello to Brian Spinweber, who just joined us. 2:18 to play in a fast-moving first half. And Treasure Coast owns an 8-point lead. Stolen away by Koger. Good job there. Nice kick out. Kim McGee hit his fifth. He does! Aaron McGee with 5 threes in the first half. And it's 25-20. Boy, I tell you what, 15 of the 20 from 3 tonight. King, nice job by Nate. There's a long 3. No good off the back of the iron. Nice feed underneath. No look pass. And it's 27-20. 1:22 to play here in the opening half. We were tied at 11 after the first? 13. 3 for Koger. And the lead is down to 4 at 27-23. Under a minute to go, first half. Wide open in the lane. Stop and shoot. I like the philosophy. 29-23. He didn't try to put the ball on the floor. He just went right up to the basket with it. The lead is 6. 30 seconds to play in the half. Koger dribbles, pulls up, block. King ends up with it. Tried to kick it out. Does feed underneath. Could not get the roll. And this is a wide open shot here. And he'll slam it down for 2 more. Good dunk there by Jacoby Parson. 10 seconds. The lead is 8 at 31, the largest. McGee just lost the ball. 5 seconds, 4 seconds. My goodness gracious. And after closing the gap to 4, Melbourne will trail by 10 at the half. 33-23. Back. Well, we're going to keep it right here, but we're going to have to mute it because the girls play music. So you'll be able to see them, but you won't be able to hear the music they're dancing to. So we'll be back with the start of the second half here on Brevard Sports Network in 9 minutes and 50 seconds.
I'm Marcus May, and you're watching Bavar Sports Network.
My man.
All right, welcome back here to the Doghouse, where the Melbourne Bulldogs will attempt to come out on fire here in the second half. They trail by 10, 33-23. This game was tied up 13-13 to start the second quarter, and then Melbourne was outscored 20-10. And the second 8-minute stanza, and that's where we are, 33-23. The Bulldogs trailed by exactly this score to Coco last night. As we get set to start, and it'll be for Melbourne. The original five, it'll be McGee minus Minor. McGee, Clark, Koger, King, and Kyler Jacinthe. And for Treasure Coast, Tyler Plaggett, DeGiusti, Tyson Wilson, Jacoby Parson, and Beck Florsaint. And that's a good start. Rebound on a missed bucket by the Bulldogs. This is Koger with it. Nice job. Melbourne's just getting crushed on the boards tonight. Nice reverse off. The lead is 12. They got some height. Definitely playing above the rim on the missed shots, that's for sure. Yeah, they got a size difference on Melbourne. And unfortunately, they aren't getting those lucky bounces off the back of the iron either. This is Clark. King, nice feed underneath. Good ball movement. There's an offensive board. Ball goes out of bounds. Back to Treasure Coast. The Bulldogs have scored just 6 points since about the 4.5-minute mark of the second quarter. This was a 17-17 game. Pull up. And it's 37-23. The lead is 14. And Coach Apsey is talking to his bench. One-handed shot off balance. Won't go. And here comes Treasure Coast again down the lane. And that'll go off of McGee out of bounds as Minor gets set to check in. He'll check in for Kyler Jacinthe. Minor immediately posts up underneath. That was DeGiusti trying to get loose. And 5-second violation on DeGiusti. That's good defense by Minor right there. Minor stayed square with his hips and wouldn't let him by. He forced a 5-second violation. Spin by McGee. Baseline kick out. They work it around the perimeter here. Pull up from the elbow is short. And the ball rebounded by Remy DeGiusti. Across the midcourt stripe comes Tyson Wilson. That's a kick off of Deuce Ingram, who's checked in the game. 37-23. The lead is 14 for the Bulldogs. Or check that, for the Titans. Pull up, short, Ingram. Hands it off to DeGiusti. Unfortunately, he plays for the other team, and it's 39-23. The lead is 16. And this one's quickly getting out of hand. And that'll be a whistle and a foul. As we have a timeout on the floor with 5:01. I like the way this, I'm watching. We sit closer to the visitors' bench than we do Melbourne, so I can't never really hear. But I like the way Coach Wiggins coaches his players. Like, they're up by 16 here, and he's pressing them for what they didn't. You know what I mean? I like that. There's no sitting back. And he's stern about it, and I like that. He's stern, right. He's stern, but not what? Right. He's stern, but he's not barking at him. Right, that's exactly right.
He knows there's a lead, but he's just coaching him up.
Right, he's coaching them up, doing a good job. Yep, you got it. And the run shows 39-23. The Bulldogs have yet to drop a bucket here in the second half. 6-0 for Treasure Coast. And again, Melbourne trying to snap a 4-game skid here. I mean, you never really like to say it's a must-win, but this is a must-win. This is a 7A team, and it's not often you get to play them. Nice job. Oh, my goodness. And that's a heartbreaker there, in and out. 4:46 to play. I know. What I don't get, well, let me get back to my point, is you don't get an opportunity a lot, unless you're like a 3A or 4A school, to play up. If you're 6A, it's tough. I mean, to face a 7A school. But when you do, you pick up additional points for that. So this would be a huge win if Melbourne could somehow figure out how to pull it off. And that ball dribbled off the foot, and Nate King will pick it up. 39-23, 3:55 to go, and that's blocked. That's an interesting play there. That's a Tyson Wilson didn't go up with King. Instead, he stayed on the floor and just took the ball from him at the hip. Now, it went out off of him, but he certainly thwarted an easy layup there. Checking in for Treasure Coast is Beck Florissant. And Nate King down the lane, lost it. Not whistle and a travel. And the Bulldogs will get it back. As Wood Pierre checks in. Young man logged about 4 minutes in the first half, 4 solid minutes. Getting set to check in for Melbourne is Anthony Michelli. Actually, Anthony Michelli is in. Michelli takes the ball. Michelli, he can shoot a 3 too. Nice move by Koger. Spins. Can't find King. Does find Michelli for 3. How about it? We just told you, and he delivers. Anthony Michelli, the junior guard, with Melbourne's first bucket of the second half, and it's 39-26. The lead is 13 now for Treasure Coast. 3 minutes to play in the third. That's just a good job by Treasure Coast right there. Now, Michelli can shoot the 3, but he's certainly mismatched defensively. And Treasure Coast immediately fed the ball down low to Remy DeGiusti, who's spin turned. And, I mean, he's got 5 inches on his guy. And there you go again. That one doesn't go. But they immediately recognized that. Yes, it has been quite a stretch. Derek, that's a good point. And it's been quite a stretch for the Bulldogs. At one point, they played 4 games in 6 days. So, Danny, while I got you on the broadcast, I got a question for you. So, whistle and a foul. Coach, I'm curious to get your take on this. If the option were available to you, Coach, to next season not play your final game of the year and instead keep that a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday open before the district tournament to play in a tournament at one location with all the teams in Brevard County split into 2 categories, an A category and a B category. Would that be something that you would be interested in? Just curious. So in other words, you would forego your final game of the year to play in a weekend tournament involving all of the basketball teams, boys and girls, in Brevard County, split up into the top 8 according to Max Prep's rankings. Top 8, bottom 8. And you would be guaranteed 3 games, and you would have a tournament winner. Well, it's similar, but it involves all the schools, and it would have them all in one facility for the entire weekend. And it's 43-26. The lead is still actually, two-handed over his head, slams it down. And this is almost a 20-point lead. It's 19. Oh, yeah, we'd go morning, noon, and night with that one. Pull up, won't fall. Michelli with the rebound. Stolen away, and Treasure Coast right now has a 21-point, 47-26 lead. And Melbourne's got to travel to Tampa tomorrow to play in another tournament game tomorrow. So I got you, Coach. I appreciate that. Well, I'll be in touch here in the coming weeks. Pull up. Oh, my goodness gracious. You've heard the old Def Leppard song, Pour Some Sugar on Me? Well, this is Pour Some Points on Me. The Bulldogs reached the 4th quarter. They scored just 5 in the 3rd. Treasure Coast scores 17 and lead it 50-28. All right, final 8 minutes on the board. 50-28. Treasure Coast on top. And yeah, Danny, that would be good too. Around the Christmas time, I think that would be perfect. While the varsity teams are off playing in those holiday tournaments, perfect time for JV and freshman squads. The Bulldogs will start the fourth quarter with Deuce Ingram, Kyler Jacinte, Tyson Wilson almost picked. He does pick his pocket as that ball goes off of Jacinte. It's Jacinte, Ingram, McGee, Jennings, and King. And this young man right here with the basketball, yeah, he's had a pretty good night. Tyson Wilson. 3. And the rebound to Jennings. 7:30 to play in the game. Melbourne needs 22 to tie here. They need quick buckets. King pulls up inside the lane, won't fall. Rebound to Jacoby Parson. He loses it. I like the hustle. And the headband pass back to Parson. Parson loses it. King down the floor. He's got 4 Bulldogs to the left and be knocked out of his hands by Tyler Plague. Show. There is the coach, Jason Wiggins, down there as his team is on top. And here comes, showtime. Okay. He didn't try to do anything fancy there. I thought he was going to try to slam it down. And instead they take the easy 2, and I like that. I tell you, Treasure Coast just running now. And that'll go out of bounds. That should be Melbourne basketball. Checking in is Keani Collins. (52-28), 6:36 to play. Long 3 is short off the front of the iron. Well, I tell you, McGee started hot, and when you think about the fact that he has 15 of the 28 from 3, and there's another 2 in style from Remy DeGiusti, and it's 54-28. 15 of Melbourne's 28 points have come from Aaron McGee from beyond the three-point line. The rest of the team just 13 in this one. And stolen away. Coach wants a full timeout. 54-28, and Coach. Oh, I thought you said you wanted a freshman or JV tournament. A JV Christmas tournament is a good look, as is a freshman tournament. Yeah, no, I like that. I think maybe at Christmas time, well, we couldn't do it at Christmas time. We'd figure something out, too, with that. But I think what we could do is maybe, and I've been talking to somebody about this, and I'll be in touch to everybody in the coming weeks with how we can do this. But I think it's viable, doable, and I think certainly would get everybody ready for tournament action, and it would be a lot of fun too. But Coach is coaching right now. Coach Wiggins is coaching for next week. That's what they're doing now. It's 54-28, 5:52, barring some unforeseen miracle. His team's going to move to 17-4. They're a 7 seed in their region, so they had to have this one tonight as well. Whistle and a foul. This is a different, injuries obviously, but definitely a different team without Caleb Aviles. Definitely a different team without Caleb. And they continue to drop them from the charity stripe. Danny, where's your district tournament at? And he hopped, skipped, and jumped. And McGee with 17, and it's 30-56. Nice move by Aaron. I'd like to welcome in Coach Edwin Fuzzy Jones as well. Down the floor. And McGee looking for 18 and 19, and he's got them. And the Bulldogs cut the lead to 56-32. 24 they trail by. Good for you hosting it. Bad, Danny. Can't want to broadcast it. Rockledge looks tough right now. They look real tough. They beat Vieira 3 times this week. Cocoa looks tough. Cocoa with 2 wins over Melbourne this week. And Coach Fuzz, who's on the feet. Coach, you got those guys playing great. Casey Carroll looks fantastic. What a story Casey Carroll's been this year. You know, had surgery, emergency surgery after that second game of the year. Not only that, but he's a completely different player. Mentality, timeout on the floor, 56-32, Treasure Coast here. Completely different player. Now that entire team is clicking. And, Palm Bay with Coach Fighter. Although I got to give it up to Astronaut this week. Astronaut beat Palm Bay this week, which creates a little chaos, if you will, there. He said, I know, it's tough in the dirty South. Which creates a little chaos when these rankings come out on Tuesday. So, I was looking at 321 Sportscast has done these basketball rankings over the last couple of weeks. And I kind of chimed in today with what I thought based on what I've seen this year. And, of course, I had Rockledge 1, long inbound, and that'll be a foul on Tyler Shelton, 4:31 to go. And I thought, now I'm not, throw the records out, obviously, because when you do rankings, the tricky part of them is that as the season progresses, I think you should always factor in how that team is playing now. You could get a team that's 12-7, 12-8, right? But, like Melbourne, right? But yet they've lost 4. You know what I'm saying? So that has to be taken into consideration. So I was looking at some of the opinions today, and I felt like that Rockledge was 1. Vieira 2. I thought Cocoa was 3 from what I've seen play lately. I think you could take 4 and put Holy Trinity and Stevie Henderson in there. 5, I did have Melbourne, but I'll take Melbourne out now. Heritage is in there. Palm Bay got beat by. So, what would the top 7 be? And of course, Coach, didn't you just play these guys recently, Treasure Coast? I think you did, didn't you? Yeah, see, it's a weird year in basketball. So Astronaut gets a 75-67 win over a pretty good Palm Bay team, and then loses to O'Galley 2 nights later, 60-50. Yeah, go figure, right? But O'Galley's playing better basketball at the moment. Things started off awfully rough for O'Galley this year, but they've won 2 in a row and 3 out of 4. It's 56-34 here. A 22-point Titan lead. I'll tell you what I really like is around the county. Right. I mean, it's true, Coach Miller. Any given Sunday, so to speak, you're right. What I really like is the youth in this county right now. You know, you're watching Aaron McGee here tonight, but you look at a lot of these rosters. You know, Willie Burnett up at Rockledge. You know, I mean, we got a lot of great young talent, freshman talent too, sophomore talent. Jay Latson. I'm sorry, I'm not Jay. Young man out of Holy Trinity. And Jay goes to O'Galley. So I'm thinking of, can't think of his name. I feel bad. We got a lot of great young talent in this county. And it's fun to watch. And I love the fact that the coaches play them. Gaskins, Caleb Gaskins. That's who I'm thinking of. Coach Henderson, Stevie Henderson, went to the Final Four last year. You did that regional final game. You know, the only Brevard County team with 2 Final Four appearances in the last 5 years is Holy Trinity. And on the girls' side, man, Palm Bay tomorrow. What a big game for Palm Bay tomorrow, man. I got a write-up about that game coming in the morning and what it means to the Pirates tomorrow. Yep. Gaskins, that's it. Thank you, Jennifer. Yes, Caleb Gaskins. Yeah, I mean, you guys could name a lot more, but it is just so much fun watching all. So much young talent. We're thinking about developing an award, not just in this sport, but in all sport. Best young breakout player. (56-34), still a 22-point Treasure Coast lead. Off the foot, out of bounds, back to the Bulldogs. 56-34, 3:11 to play in this one. Certainly going to be fun when the district tournaments start. Ingram tried to slip one in, but stolen away down the floor. Nice block by Jennings. Good hustle. Back to Ingram. Ingram. Oh, my goodness. One turn deserves another. That one a little bit more forceful. Tyler Plaggett put that one over by that restaurant up the street. Kiobe, what's it called? What's that restaurant right there in that plaza called? What's that restaurant called? Not Kiobe's? That one right there on the corner in the plaza? I don't know. Anyway, that ball's still rolling down the street. The Fujiyama, yeah. What is it? Makoto's, that's it. Makoto's. I'm getting old, man. My memory's going. Makoto's. That's where that ball ended up, at Makoto's. Thank you. Yes, 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 yes. Thank you, Danny. And Makoto's. Oh, boy. Matter of fact, here comes the waiter bringing it back. Kid, you turned the camera. Yeah, I'm a little shocked they're losing too. But I think like this, it's tough to put a finger on it. Like, they obviously didn't have a great shooting night, couldn't make anything inside and off the glass. But I do think that they have played uh, one of those schedules where it's not surprising to be worn down this time of the year. Plus, you lost Caleb Aviles, 57-34. I wouldn't pack it in or mail it in on the Bulldogs this season by any stretch, because that district tournament is always a breath of fresh air for everybody. You don't care what your record is. We saw Coach Miller. We saw his team, do some pretty special things a couple years ago. I think that was a game you broadcast. Bayside got a big win. Coco getting up, Coco. What about Satellite beating Astronaut with Jace Carter? So these district tournaments, it is an any given Sunday thing. 24-point Treasure Coast lead, 58-34 with 2:26. That was a lot of fun, man. That was a fun game, man. Daryl sitting here, he did a good job on that one. .24 Treasure Coast lead, 148. They're just trying to hold the ball, run the clock out here. Melbourne going to cover it up for cover up's sake, I guess. McGee, whistle and a foul. I think Coach Apsey was a little frustrated with the refs on that last foul. Melbourne's got 8 fouls. Nothing going the Bulldogs' way tonight. For sure, I want to thank all of you for watching here tonight. Looks like we're going to get tomorrow. We got a lot of work to do tomorrow. A lot of updating to do. We're going to do a show on Sunday night, 3 from Michelli, and that's looked like it was going in from our angle, but it's the side of the backboard. But we're going to do a show Sunday night, and we're going to get everybody caught up on where all the basketball teams are, boys and girls, and what the district soccer championship games will be. And next 2 weeks, spring sports starts. Very excited about bringing softball, baseball, and track and field, and all of it back into the fold. A lot of new tracks in Brevard County, so there should be a lot of good runners this year. 58-34 is the score. Treasure Coast on top. And of course, we want to thank Walden Custom Builders. And the two-handed slam is the exclamation point on the evening as the lead grows to the largest of the night for the Titans, 60-34. As Coach begins to empty his bench, or at least send his younger players over to the scorer's table. 47 seconds to go. Whistle and a foul. Checking in is Alexander Nibrestant, I believe is how you pronounce that name. Nice reverse layup there from underneath the glass. 60-36, 24-point Treasure Coast lead. 30 seconds. Treasure Coast just trying to dribble it out here. Melbourne playing up on the ball. They'll back down here. Long three as they want him to have a bucket. They want him. He's going to shoot it again. Yeah. Oh. Their bench got awfully excited when the young man got in. So, 6 seconds. And that'll do it as the Treasure Coast Titans come to Brevard County and get a win, a big win. They defeat the Melbourne Bulldogs 60-36. They'll pick up their 17th win of the year. Melbourne drops their 5th in a row. It is, I have to go back and look, but I think Melbourne lost 4 in a row in 2020. But we'll have to go back and take a look. But the Bulldogs dropped their 5th in a row. And I would say keep your eye on the FHSAA rankings, which come out 23rd on the 30th, sometime around 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I want to thank all of you and Derek Williams and Coach Danny Miller for jumping on and commenting. And it helps out there in my broadcast. It really does, and I appreciate you guys. Just wish I could get down there and get something done out of that Bayside gym. That is for sure. Good luck, Coach. Final talk to you again in your district tournament. But I'd like to thank Athletic Director Chad Raymond and Head Coach Rob Apsey. So for Caleb Brown, I'm Alan Slaughter-Zinski. Once again, your final score. Treasure Coast 60, Melbourne 36.